Kinsey. Sea time. Mignon and I waited for Ashley after school, and we both knew that she had molasses in her ass whenever she was flirting in some guy's face. She can have these immature guys. But what she won't do is keep me from beating my Aunt Randy home. I had skipped school one too many times because the senior guidance counselor had called me into her office today and was none too pleased with my truancy, and she let me know just how not pleased she was with me, and had made several attempts to set up a meeting with Aunt Randy. But I managed to set the caller ID on the landline. I added restricted, knowing Randy Dogan does not deal with even glancing twice. Once restricted showed on the device. Mignon broke the silence. We should just leave her ass. I was thinking the same thing. Gotta get home before Miss Cohen calls Aunt Randy and mess up our plans for Saturday. Mignon said, true. Miss Casey has been on me about my English assignments. Trust. Sabrina Casey and Janelle Cohen are gonna be certain that we get the hell up out of their school. I chuckled. I was silently wishing Ashley would hurry before I left her. Mignon and I were getting ready to head for the school exit when Ashley brought her butt around the corner, wearing a Letterman's jacket belonging to some goofy-ass boy on our wrestling team. If only anyone at Greer High knew, with our joint venture of making money, we are so good at what we do that we only work Saturdays for the past 7 months, and we have the money to prove it. I know y'all tramps was not about to leave me. I got sidetracked by Tilden. I rolled my eyes at the thought. Tilden's twin brother Tinsel Casey. I had the misfortune of dating Tinsel for all of 2 days. He is a jerk, and being his identical twin they both share that trait, whereas I would not even spit on Tinsel's ass if he were on fire. Mignon said, I can only imagine. High school boys are not even worth my time. How are you supposed to be my man, and your ass is climbing on a big yellow school bus? At least he is riding the bus. Our asses have to get to our walk. At that moment Principal Stanley Greer came out into the hall. Mr. Greer is Mignon's uncle, and that made him Ashley and my play uncle. What are you three still doing here? Mignon. Why do you have that thick jacket on? It's September. And hot outside. UNC. I know, but black and gold looks too good on me to not flaunt it every chance I get. Shaking his head he turned back to his office. And none of that mess at school. Mignon replied, whatever UNC. As we burst out laughing. IAD almost forgot about Miss Cohen and just then who should come around the hall corridor. What are you three doing here after 5 p.m. when you barely make it to class? Miss Cohen, my aunt should be home by the time you get home. I will tell her to look for you to call. I said this, knowing she lived in Spartanburg. Well, today is your lucky day. Come on girls, to Kinsey's house we go. She motioned for us to walk out of the building and led us to her 2017 gold Honda SUV. I could hear Ashley and Mignon snickering at me. It was kind of funny, especially to me, when Miss Cohen glanced in her rearview mirror and said, Mignon, dropping in on your parents as well. I didn't even mask my laughter. Mignon, this chick has been here before. Ashley began squirming, searching for her backpack, but I saw Miss Cohen grab it before Ash even had the chance. Miss Cohen, I need my bag. I was sitting directly behind Kenzie, who was in the front passenger seat. The SUV sat high enough for me to see tears streaming down her face, which meant she was holding in laughter, and she was horrible at it, and I was even worse. We were soon both laughing our asses off because Ashley was busted. When she left home this morning and met us at the bus stop wearing loose-fitting jeans and a gold Greer Yellow Jackets hoodie, when we got to school and went into the restroom, she came out wearing a pair of painted-on jeans. She could hardly breathe, and they did nothing for the muffin-top tummy bulge, and she is rail thin, that is how squeezed into them she was, topped off by a fitted t-shirt that read, I'm sweet, try me, and a pair of Nikes on her feet. So when Miss Cohen confiscated her bag, she was out of luck. Ashley, something wrong? Miss Cohen smirked. Ashley was fish grease hot. But even in her most stupid of stupidity moments she still knew better than to test Miss Cohen, who seemed like a different person away from school. She began telling us about being a teenage girl once in our generation were remedial and rebel compared to her generation, and to her credit, she looked as if she, herself, could pass for her late 20s. She had me rolling. Ashley, tell me one thing. If you are smart enough to be Nikki Haley but dressed like Nicki Minaj, where do you see yourself after graduation? Ashley, being Ashley, I am gonna get my money up. I have a job that pays well. So well, in fact, Saturdays are the only nights I have to work. Miss Cohen shook her head. Just one day out of a week and you claim rich. What is your job? Blowin' or hoeing? Oh, little girl. Get your act together before your act gets you. I babysit for a prominent family in country club estates. I am paid $400 to sit with the children and tutor them from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. I tutor them 90 minutes each Saturday and stay over with them while their parents attend Saturday marriage camp. Ashley lied. as Miss Cohen handed Ashley her belongings back. Sounds unreal. But, if you say so. And, after graduation? I will still have the same job. Ashley sighed, changing her clothes. Until my man goes pro. Then a sister will be laced, and especially after the babies are made and on the way. Either everlasting or divorce. All I am ever gonna have to do is go to the mailbox. Girl. No, please say you are not that gullible. That boy is not even thinking on that level. Plus, they will let O.J. Simpson back in the NFL before Tilden steps one turf toe on the field. Miss Cohen laughed. Kinsey and I were cracking up. Ashley wasn't. I could have died laughing when Ashley got quiet and cut her eyes at Miss Cohen and whispered after a moment, "What, you heard something?" Miss Cohen shook her head. "Nothing. Just saying save your money and never rely on a man. But don't worry, Ash Cash. Sounds like you and your gridiron great future hubby, and future babies will have very prosperous life. But answer a question for me?" Ashley shrugged. "Sure." Miss Cohen asked, "Does he even know about your ebony version of Mr. and Mrs. Bojo Jones +1? Ashley had nothing to say. As we turned into Kendrick Apartments, I saw what I always dreaded. All of our parents were gathered on Ashley's Aunt Patricia's doorstep. I knew then that we were gonna go down.